Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah, I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Finally, some open space again.
I'd like to check their wares, if you don't mind.
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I'm the true gunslinger around here.
Engaging! Try harder!
Where are you going?
Here I come! Here I come!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Laser Spear! Piercing
Rising Storm!
Here's Laser! More for the stop!
Could have been worse.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I see one, eh? Ignite! Fire support! Take down their defenses! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield devastation!
The water's running sloppy. Here's evil now.
Rising
Do
fire!
it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
No
I
choice!
heal you all.
Rising Viper! Talon Hurricane! Can't get out of this! Thanks! Start up! First strike! Rising Falcon!
Demons can run rings around us. Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike! My turn!
By the power of lightning
It's over!
orb! More with that
It's time! Ignite! Start up! Here I come! Rising Hurricane!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Got it! That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Right, here goes! Rising forward!
Release! Raging cascade!
Rising Phoenix!
I never miss!
Eternal devastation!
Take my revenge on you! Malevolent!
Rising Weather!
Steel!
Blow
I'll be
away!
saving this
Rising
one!
Falcon!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Rising Weather!
It's almost too strong.
It'll split it open!
Be my guest!
Sleep now!
Eat this! Rising Falcon!
Here goes!
Crumble! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Purge Malevolent!
Rising Water!
Healing circle!
Eat this! Shock like storm!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No backing down!
Rising Viper! Go away! Shockwave Flash! Burn it!
Light ash lightning control!
No shield can stand up to these things!
Healing
Denied!
We're not finished!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield!
Purge Malevolent!
Eat this! What'd you throw?
Do it! You'll soon see them!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Now! You're mine!
I never miss!
Take this!
Start up!
It's over!
Do it!
Doubling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Get lost!
Rising Viper! You got it! Ignite! Shockwave Flash! Eternal
They really don't give up, do they?
Shockwave Flash! Rising Viper!
Now I'm in the groove!
Shockwave Flash! Take this!
Eagle Fly! Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Go no further!
Far enough! Rising Falcon!
Lightning Orb!
I won't show you any mercy! Not enough!
Lightning Strike!
We're not finished! Rising Wyvern!
I'll heal you all!
Here I come!
Let's do it! Thank you!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Seems about right to me.
Get lost!
Phoenix! Freaking does it! Suffering Flash! I'm not done!
You'll pay for what you did!
Rebel!
Not on my watch!
Rising Falcon! Thanks!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! My turn!
By the
Take this!
Annihilate!
Freaking does it!
More where that came from!
Rising Wyvern!
Flame of fire! Eagle Shadow! Ready to go! Lightning Orb! Raging Cascade!
This one's all mine! Not today!
Lightning
It's showtime! Suffering Flash! Smash you! Rising Wyvern!
Orb! More ready!
First strike!
Shining Supernova!
Take this! Take this!
Eagle Flash!
Take this!
Eagle Flash! Freeze Lancer!
It's over!
Thunder Field!
It's time!
Octane
You
Fire!
can't get out of this!
In here!
You're mine!
Radiant Pierce!
Super Swallow Dance! Rising Falcon! Ignite!
Where are you going?
Eternal Devastation! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nicely done.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
You!
Rising Wyvern!
Anything in armor is all mine! Thunder Field!
Rising Wyvern! I'm not done!
It's a duel beyond!
Watch it! Suffering Flash!
Flying freaks!
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Now!
Not a chance! I'm not done!
Dinar! Thunder Blade!
Devastation! Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Now! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Flame of Fury!
Rising Falcon!
Rising Wyvern! Do it!
Demons Descend! Flashing Fang!
A comfortable win.
a breeze. Get in, get out.
Can't get out of this!
Frickin' does it! Here I come! Shattering showdown between blade and steel! Demon's descent! Flashing fang! I'll run you through! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Will this help?
That's much better.
Eternal devastation! Shuffling flash! Rising
I
Wiffed!
never miss!
I really owe you.
Rising
Raging
Falcon!
cascade!
Struck!
Seal! I'll be taking this one! I really will!
Rising Wyvern!
The waters of
You're
peace
mine!
magic is out!
Rising Wyvern! Burning element!
Far enough!
Try this! Infernal torrent! Rising
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Raging cascade!
Stardust! Crumble!
Light healing circle!
Rising Falcon! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
I'm on a roll now!
Supernova!
Rising
Raging cascade!
Shattering pieces! Will this have one? No further! Talon Hurricane! Now you see what I can do!
Healing circle!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Now I'm in the groove!
Alright, that does it! You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Here, let me help. First air! Magic is scary!
Shockwave flash!
Searing flame!
An astral
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
More with that
Rising Falcon! You picked the wrong fight!
shield!
Shockwave flash!
I'll be saving you!
Rising Wyvern! Thanks! Here I come!
Their shield! Here!
all good things.
Raging
No
cascade!
Take this!
It's too much.
Be careful on
You got
yourself.
your... Don't be a martyr.
I'll be
You got
saving
your friends
here!
Rising Wyvern!
Thanks.
Look sharp! Lightning Thunder Blade!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Rising Wyvern!
Armor won't save you.
Stardust! First strike!
Healing circle!
Shockwave flash!
Go away.
Raging cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Here! Now!
I'm not done!
Radiant flame!
It does it.
Here!
Do
it! Here! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah. And bubbling to me.
Ignite!
Eat this.
Shockwave flash! Try this!
Will this help?
Infernal torrent!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as...
No backing down.
I see one, eh? Shockwave flash!
Fine.
Eternal devastation!
I can be here all day!
I'll punch that gun out of your hand.
Never miss!
Rising Wyvern!
Seal! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Raging
No!
cascade!
Take this! Shockwave flash!
Seal!
Prepare to
I'll
be
be
seen!
saving this one!
Here I come!
Rising can't get out of this.
It's almost too strong.
Be my guest! Rising Wyvern! It's over! Stardust!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! Clock back! Will ya? I'm on! Shockwave flash!
Not on my watch!
Eagle fly!
Automated shattering. Pieces. Attack.
Stardust!
I'm ready.
I'm not done!
seen instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
With this, I can become even stronger. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Lightning can
Not a chance! I'm on it! It's almost too strong! Split it open! Be my guest! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roller?
No backing down! Engaging! Here we go again! No further!
More for the stop sign!
I'm going in! Now you see what I can do! Do it!
Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! Not a chance!
Crazy!
Here I come!
Sleep now!
It's too fast! Stand back! I'll switch up! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I lack the energy for healing arts.
Finally, some open space again. Did we really just spend that much?
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I won't forgive you!
Rising Wyvern! Bring him down!
Will this
Far enough! Soaring Light Spear!
Swallow
Turtle Devastation!
Sleep now! Lunar Corruption!
Fire support! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Chocolate Sword! Infernal support!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! You're mine! Chocolate Blast!
Seal! More for the stop sign!
Rising Wyvern!
Burning Strike!
A comfortable win.
Go no further!
Chocolate Blast! Easy one, eh? Chocolate Blast! Try this!
You think that shield will save you?
Engaging! Fire support! Easter!
That's the spot. Leave the now!
Solo dance!
Annihilate astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn! It's almost too strong! My shield
Can't get out of
Be my guest! Try this! Super
Lightning attack! Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. A comfortable win.
You sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
No choice. You got
Not in your dreams!
denied.
Lightning orb!
Do it. Okay. Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Will this help?
Rising
Raging
falcon.
cascade!
All four.
Healing circle!
Rising
Where
wind.
are you going? I rely on myself. Don't leave! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Barely a blip on our...
This'll make us even more formidable.
Right, here goes. You picked the wrong fight.
My astral energy!
Armor won't
Piercing
save you. My shield. Rising water. Start up. Rising falcon.
Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Chocolate fire.
Here's a healing arm.
Next, my turn. Start up.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout!
Photon
The
blast!
enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that. Raging cascade!
We're not finished. I'm not done. Rising water.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Sion.
Right, here goes. The rebel. Rising water. This one's all mine.
Water!
Eat
Hear my
dirt.
call!
You're mine.
Do it! Doberline!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Yeah. Take this. The armor won't save you. Chocolate thunder. We're not finished.
Do it! Long! Get toasty!
Burn strike.
Lightning
My turn.
condemned!
Rising water. Do as I say. Rising wyvern. Talon hurricane. Take this. You're finished. Rising wyvern.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Swallow dance. Rising wyvern. Will ya?
Raging cascade!
Take this!
Sleep now!
Can't get out of this. Not today! Shattering pieces! I'll keep you right! Try this!
Hear me!
Rising weapon!
Do it!
Shion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well,
Right, here goes! I see what You're mine! Rising Falcon! Take this! Rising Weapon!
Not in your dreams!
Crush! Rising Weapon! It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! Ignite!
Here goes! Lunar corruption! Do it! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance! Dragon Shell!
Thunder field! Back into the fray!
Shattering
Annihilation!
Nicely done.
Looks like we spotted one of Poodle's friends.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Armor won't save you! In a bind?
Into the shadows!
Brutal devastation! Infernal flare! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The
My
waters
turn!
retreat! Blah, blah, blah!
Rising Falcon! Sharply!
Leave us alone!
To me! Denied!
Rising Weapon!
Do it!
Shion! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
It's on! Bring him down!
Rising Weapon!
Into the shadows!
Persona!
Do it! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
My turn!
Lunar corruption!
Lightning
Lightning
Through! Ignite!
power of water! Light astral power now! Lock! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Any injuries?
It's in the sky!
Rising Weapon!
Blow away!
Thunder field!
I can carve through armor!
Rising Weapon!
In a bind?
You're mine!
Do it!
Rising Falcon!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
My turn!
The waters of
Rising
level!
Falcon!
Now!
Blow them away!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Do it! Kikara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Here, let me...
My turn! You're mine! You're finished!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Shock with attack, will ya?
Now or never.
Take far enough! Right forward! Here I come!
No further!
Shockwave flash! Try this! Inferno torrent! Rising this one's all mine! Why,
Now you see what I can do!
You're mine! Rising falcon! Here I come! Solo dance! Rising phoenix! Rising water!
I never miss! Focus, Rinwell. If you can't rely on yourself...
Don't be a martyr! You've got all your friends here!
Thanks.
Rising falcon! Here I come! Rising wiper! I'm on it! Here I come! Rising wiper! Rising wiper! You got the wrong fight! You won't make a fool of me!
Now!
Kill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! Solo dance! Shockwave flash!
Healing circle!
Anything in armor
is all mine! Armor won't save
Watch
Lightning is done!
coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I will heal you all!
Rising wiper!
Lightning condemned! Healing
You're
circle!
mine!
in a vine?
Thunderblade!
Rising Inferno! All mine! Eternal defeat!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Dead waterfall! Sleep now!
Not today!
Healing arc! First
I owe you one! Take this!
I'm ready!
First strike!
Come and get it!
Shockwave flash! Try this!
I'll heal you all!
Wait till you hear it now!
Rising wiper!
Eagle
Not
Drive!
on my watch! Healing circle! Hey!
Rising falcon! Crumble! I owe you one! Rising falcon!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! These bad guys really don't mess around. She sure spared no expense on her castle.
This must be...
The captain's quarters. The presence of the spirit vessel and the sheer extravagance on display can leave no doubt.
There's no one here.
Yeah, but I doubt she's out for a moonlight stroll. You think she jumped ship and ran away again?
I doubt it. The conniving witch is probably up to something.
Agreed. In any case, as long as she hasn't suddenly sprouted wings, she has to be somewhere on the ship. Let's keep looking. The way this key's been placed, it's like she's daring us to come find her.
Yeah, like it's all some damn game to her.
What's wrong, sweetie? Something scaring you?
Maybe he just doesn't like being in her room.
I think there's more to it than that. What could it be?
Is this the ship's cargo? What a pain. I can't see anything past all this stuff.
Be on your guard. For all we know, there could be something hiding around here.
Let's dispose of the trap.
Rising Wonder! Eat the fly! It's over!
The warriors have finished now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
The waters are almost
Save you! My deal! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
You picked it up!
Denied!
Fire support!
Takara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Confiscated!
Raging
Cascade! Flame! Reload!
It's almost too strong! Let it open! Be my guest!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here, if it's in the sky,
The enemy
it's
lives
mine.
on the truth.
We'll soon see about that!
Do it!
Reload!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still. Striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday.
Gotta break through! Ignite! Shockwave blast!
I'll shoot them out of the sky!
Save you!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm only here at now!
Hit in a vine!
Feel! Annihilation! I'll be
Crumble!
Water creation magic!
It's over! Try harder! Now I'm in the blue! Rising Wyvern!
I can handle it!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Shockwave blast!
Glacial spear!
Rising Wyvern! It's time! Take it! Rising Falcon! Eternal devastation! Burn it all away! Shockwave blast! Infernal torrent! Here I come!
I can carve through walls!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Not in your dreams!
Rising Wyvern! Here I come!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Crush! Talon Storm! Take this!
Here, let me help!
It's over! Shockwave! Rising Wyvern!
Arctic waterfall! Freeze!
Prepare to be seized! Rising Wyvern! You're mine! I'm on it! It's time! Rising Falcon! Burn it!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
You're mine! Ready to go!
It was nice while it
Far
lasted.
enough!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Coyote
Do
Walk.
it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
I've been doing really great lately.
Did that get rid of the barrier?
We'll just have to go back and check.
Engaging! Rising Wyvern! Take it!
Now you see what I can do!
My field! Rising Falcon!
Swallow dance!
Shockwave Slash! Support! First strike! It's over! Rising Wyvern!
I'm pretty worn out.
Out of our way!
Bring him down! Laser sight!
Not in your dreams!
Prepare to be seized!
Courage, malevolent!
Here I come! Ignite!
I can handle it this one!
Shockwave Slash!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah!
Not
And the pummeling to me! Now in the groove!
I'm on it!
All in here!
Rising Wyvern!
Now!
Take it!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Finally, some open space again.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately? This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Little help!
Rising Wyvern! Bring him down! Rising Phoenix! Take this! Eternal Devastation! First strike! Rising Wyvern! Air support! First strike! Rising Falcon! It's over! Eagle Fly! Shockwave Slash! You picked the wrong fight!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Rising Wyvern! Stunner! Here I come! Trigger!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not a chance! Shockwave Slash!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
No choice! On my lord!
Smash you!
Shockwave Slash! I'm on it!
Not in your dreams!
Leave the chargers to me!
Thunder field! Lightning crazy!
Not today!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Shockwave Slash!
That's
It's over!
Thunder field! Now! Be gone! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
If Almeidrea's not in her own room, just where the hell is she?
It's possible she may be on the bridge, but I would guess that she's waiting for us elsewhere on the ship.
Which means she's most likely chosen a place where she'll have the advantage in a fight.
Be careful, guys. I came from an entire family of Danon mages, and that woman murdered all of them. All on her own. I hate to say it, but she's an incredibly powerful astral artist.
We already know she specializes in controlling wind astral energy. But on top of that, she might try to sick that monster on us again, too.
Right. To that woman, life itself is just a toy for her to play with. Let's make sure we put an end to it. There's only one last place to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidrea.
There she is! Almeidrea!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Danon Witch.
Almeidrea.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Mies. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidrea.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed.
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmald! Enjoy your meal! Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Raging Cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
He's
Now
getting an
here I
order!
come! Rising Falcon!
I never missed!
Now I'm in the
My
groove.
astral energy!
Rising Wyvern!
Talon
Rising Viston!
All good things.
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! Shockwave Flash!
Not in your dreams!
Thunder
away!
Thunder Field!
Stardust!
Blow away!
More with that
Divine!
Negative gate.
Keep it!
In a bind.
Lightning Orb!
Ready to go.
I owe you one! Rising Wyvern!
Photon
Deny.
Piston!
Rocket here and now.
Easter!
Eagle's eye.
You're mine! Eternal devastation!
Anything in armor is all mine. I'm on a roll now.
Rising Falcon! You're finished!
Just try and run.
This one's mine!
Know your place.
Ready!
Okay. Where are you going? Negative gate. On your way.
Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Take this!
Swallow dance.
Eternal devastation! Rising Wyvern!
Should have messed with me.
Take this!
Everlasting dark.
Lightning Orb!
Negative gate.
More with that
Rising Wyvern!
Super swallow. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Talon storm.
My astral energy!
I owe you one!
I'm on a roll now.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
All good things come to an end. Take this. It's too much.
You'll pay for that!
Smash you. I'm on a roll now.
Let the mark begin!
No further. Benediction light.
Where are you going?
Brimming with hatred.
Thunder Field!
Have some fun.
Eternal devastation!
First strike!
Here I come! It's over!
Now try and run!
I'm on.
This one's all mine!
Field!
Come on.
I'll be saving this one!
Swallow dance.
Shining Supernova! More with that
Rising Wyvern!
Another incantation ruined.
Lightning Orb!
Elusive deity.
Raging Cascade!
Burn in hell!
Dragon shout.
Take
Benediction
this!
light.
I can carve through walls!
Denied!
Being interrupted.
Let the marksman handle this.
Out of the woods, it seems.
Resonate with the earth!
I never miss.
Resonate with the earth! Prepare to be...
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friend! Rising Wyvern! Alex Storm! Rising Phoenix! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Go again! Elusive deity! I'm on it! Now or never!
Ignite it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should do it! You're mine! They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on it, and take out the monster first.
In a bind?
Just try and run.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
Still got some fight left in me. More with that. I never miss.
Try harder! My turn!
You will suffer.
That is
Thunderblade!
I'm on it! Anything in armor is all mine! Elusive deity!
Thunderfield!
Behold my true power.
That looks bad.
Wits about you people.
I'll smash you!
I'll be saving this
on.
one.
Eat this!
Try this! Burn!
Lightning
Take
order!
it!
More with
Rising Wyvern!
that. I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down. You don't scare me.
Go for it! Well,
Hit her now.
I'll finish you here and
Rising
now!
Wyvern!
Nothing gets by me.
You're mine! It's over! Chocolate Flash! Try this!
I'll be
Infernal
saving
Now or never!
Denied.
Here I come!
Can you take it?
Magic is in. Tidal Wave.
Benediction.
Take this!
Confiscated.
Chocolate Flash! Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Try harder! My turn!
Take this!
I'm not...
It was such a failure.
Forgive me. This is...
Try and run.
Does it hurt? Tornado!
Lightning raging testing.
Resuscitation! Chocolate Fluff! Eat this! Heal! Eat
This should do it!
Dragon Shell!
Rising Wyvern!
Shattering off! This is looking good! See what I can do!
Eternal devastation! Not a chance!
Nothing gets by me.
Try harder!
Not a chance! Elusive deity!
He's such a failure.
I couldn't make it in time.
Elusive deity!
Turn to dust.
From beyond! Imbued
Eat
its
this!
vanquished soul with life!
Chocolate Flash!
Resuscitation!
Here I come! Take this!
Where are you going?
I owe you one.
Sorry.
Behold,
Rising Wyvern!
Take this!
Stardust!
Swallow dance!
Here I come!
her master core
he isn't. Light Cascade!
Ignite!
Don't suffer in silence.
Here I come! I'm on a roll now! Shock with flash!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! Chaotic disaster! Leave the charges to me!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
You're at. So arts aren't so special. And now, you're.
You will suffer!
Let the marksman handle this. I never felt ready.
Here I come!
Go get him!
Rising Falcon! Swallow dead! Storm!
Begin!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Light astral
Chaotic disaster!
Take this! You're mine! It's over! Not today!
What in the world? Totally. I'm all right. I'm still standing.
Right, ready to go!
I can't feel anything.
Soon, I shall be a song. Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
You're mine!
Thunderfield! Raging Cascade!
Begin! Right! Rising Light! Here I come!
Magic is there! Feel!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Rising Wyvern!
More with that
Here
goes! Thunderblade!
You picked the wrong fight! Prepare to be flat!
Lightning Cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
I never miss!
Another incantation, forgive me. This is my fault.
Lightning! Raging Cascade!
Eat this! Rising Wyvern! Take this!
Take this!
Shockwave Flash!
Eagle Fly!
Here I
Far enough!
I'm just getting
Shockwave
started!
Flash!
Fool!
Can't move!
Lightning Orb! More where that came from!
From beyond, imbue this bank with soul! Eat this!
Magic is everywhere! Feel!
I'll smash you!
I owe you one.
More with the stockpile!
Talon Hurricane! Shockwave
Eagle
Flash!
Fly! Resonate with the earth!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll finish you here and now!
Take this!
Eagle Fly! You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
Stand for me!
I'm ready! Dragon Shield! Where are you going? Past the level!
Big Blast! You're finished! Rising Falcon! It's on! Shockwave
Nothing gets by me!
Is this it? I couldn't make it in time.
Anything in armor is all mine! Right!
Armor won't save you!
Far enough!
Fire ahead.
Take this!
Lightning Raging Cascade! In here!
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
I'm on it! Rising Wyvern!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
You're mine! I'm on it! Rising Phoenix! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
You're brimming with hatred.
Strike!
Know your place!
Right now!
Wretched fool!
Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! Eagle Fly! Not done! You're mine!
Denied!
Rising Wyvern!
I can carve through armor!
You're mine! Rising Falcon! Rising Wyvern!
I'm on it! I'll face you!
Rising Phoenix! Rising up! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
In a bind?
This one's mine.
Resonate with the
Lightning orb!
On your knees.
You picked the wrong fight!
Big waterfall!
Eagle time!
You're finished!
I'll finish you here and now!
Shockwave Flash!
Thunder field!
Just try and run.
Confiscated! Lightning orb! War with ice! Lightning condemned!
I'll finish you here and take this! Everlasting
Rising Wyvern!
Frozen!
Hammer!
I owe you one.
Leave now!
You're finished!
Far enough!
Rising! They're attacking separately!
I can't let him hit on him!
Keep an eye on it, and take out the monster first.
Light axe!
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah, take it away!
Where are you going?
Rising! Stay away from my friends! Rising Wyvern!
Take this!
Thunder field!
Thrust!
Raging
Rising
Falcon!
Falcon!
Will you?
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade!
Rising Wyvern!
Behold my
On your
full
knees.
power.
Here goes!
Looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
I'll finish you here and now!
Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Not today!
On your knees!
Eagle drop!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, you're mine!
Let's have some.
This one's mine! I still got the
You'll pay for that!
I've let you all down.
Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving
You're
you!
mine! Stardust!
Lightning condemned!
Rising Wyvern! Escape!
I can do this!
Stardust!
Field!
Stardust!
Hey, that's far enough!
Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
Not on my watch! The waters are
Rising Wyvern!
shattering the pieces!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing arc!
Take this!
I've used too much.
Lightning orb!
Ha! Ignite!
Thunder field!
Armor will save you!
Come now.
Mine!
Can't move!
In here!
Where are you going?
Elusive deity!
I'll bring you back from death to death!
Benediction light. Benediction.
Will get by me! Denied!
Allow me to help you.
Behold my true power.
Prepare to be her master course!
Not while I'm around, she isn't! Not in your dreams!
Armor will save you!
Reload!
Elusive deity!
Take this!
give you!
What?
I'll take you down!
No.
You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Inferno turret!
Rising
Water!
Negative gate!
Lightning to death!
On your knees!
Thunderblade!
It's time!
Annihilation!
Air pressure! Soda!
Flame of fury!
Here I come! It's over!
Water! Raging hell!
You will suffer.
I'll end you! Astral energy!
Say no more.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to.
It's not about what you think, or being Danon or Renan, because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again.
Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganneth Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Wait, what just happened to him? Alvin! Say something! Let go of me! Let me go!
Xion!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake. As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Niori.
Live for me.
No. Niori. No!
Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shion. Damn it.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Rise! Crush! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Here I come! I'm not done! Take this! It's over! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Rising Crush! Rising Wyvern! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Here I come! Stardust! Take this! Stardust! I'm not... Take this! Shockwave Flash! Crush! Eternal Denial! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! You're my... Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Strike! Rising Wyvern! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! Eternal Devastation! Shockwave Flash! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Shockwave Flash! Not a chance! You're mine! There! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Rising Falcon! I'm not done! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Stardust! Rising... It's so... Try harder! My turn! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Shockwave Flash! Crush! Eternal Devastation! Shockwave Flash! Rising Wyvern! You're mine! Stardust! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Shockwave Flash! Eternal Devastation! I'm not done! Crush! You're finished! Here I come!
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle? Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almeidrea's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the blazing sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes, or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alvin. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alvin! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a no Zeugle policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Shattering of pieces!
Is it natural?
Thank you.
Don't get lightning condensed! Thunderbolt! Going in!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the punching to me! Don't suffer in silence. I'll smash you!
It's on! Strike! You picked the wrong fight!
Going in! Lightning orb! Lightning attack!
No further! Split it open!
Be my guest! Try harder! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Heal!
You made me angry! That was a bad idea!
Rising Wiffed!
Look sharp!
Rising Wiffed! Eternal
I'm
chance!
gone! Igneous,
Take this!
charge!
Stardust!
Switch rockets! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Raging Cascade!
This one's mine!
Stardust! You're mine! Chocolate Flap!
I'm gone!
Eternal take this!
We did it!
This one's all mine! Not a chance! Take this!
Rising Wiffed!
Deity!
Eat dirt!
Now!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
The waters of Crete...
This one's far enough!
In a vine?
Tidal wave!
Look sharp!
Rising Falcon! Crush!
Make it rain!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelagian. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight.
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleim was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. Hi, Hoodle!
Rising Wyvern!
That's it!
Stardust!
Elusive deity! Begin!
A debut performance!
I'll take out the leg with my shield.
Rising Falcon! Here I come!
I'll stop its charge.
Rising
Thanks, Kitara.
Stardust!
I'll take your blade!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flame the Molotov!
Stardust!
Ready and ready!
Lightning orb! Raging
Take this!
cascade!
You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Shockwave blow!
Now you see what I can do!
Fluid kick!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Now! Stardust!
Begin!
It's over!
Elusive deity!
With this, I can become even stronger.
There we go. I'll let you go this time. Ha! All right, once more from the top.
Is that the Zoogle we're looking for?
Gotta break through!
Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern!
Going in.
Rising Wyvern! You're finished!
Simian pest. I shall seal you where you stand.
Rising Falcon!
Prepare to be sealed. No further.
Rising Wyvern!
Benediction
One's
light.
online!
Let's shot!
Crush!
Shield!
I'm moving!
Frozen!
Hammer!
My turn! Stardust!
Shining Supernova!
It's over! You're mine! You're finished!
Can you take
Elusive deity.
Now
you see what I can do.
Rising
Pile driver.
Falcon!
saving this
Benediction light.
Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Together? There is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our greatest strength.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants. Hi, Hoodle!
Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern!
Shield and mace.
With
Shockwave
astral
strike!
energy, lightning
Eternal
storm!
devastation!
Thunder! Okay, Rushblade, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
No escape! Eternal devastation!
Raging Cascade!
Charge like that can easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Take this! It's over! Rising Falcon!
Look sharp.
You require
Take this!
no further.
Strike!
Look sharp.
Far enough! You're mine! Eat dirt! Stardust!
Anything in armor is all mine. This one's mine.
Crush!
Round and pound.
Not in your dreams!
Rising Falcon!
Heal.
I owe you one!
Raging Cascade!
You're mine!
In
You're
here!
finished!
On your
I'll be
knees.
saving this
Going
one!
in.
Rising Wyvern! Take this!
This one's mine.
Benediction light.
Stardust!
Heal.
Magic is in!
Rising Falcon! You're finished!
I'll be saving this
Time to
one!
let it rip! Rising Wyvern!
Benediction light.
Rising Falcon! I'm ready! Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
On your
Now!
knees.
Eternal devastation! It's too much! Rising Pistol! Rising Wyvern! You picked the wrong fight! Take this!
Waterfall!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving this one!
Take
Don't leave me all alone here.
Infuse armor. Soul with light. Resuscitation. Benediction light. Heal.
In here!
Denied.
I'll be saving
No
this
further.
one! Here goes!
Stardust!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides,
Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can...
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Right, here goes! Rising Wyvern! Start up!
Going in! Go get it!
What? Take this!
Lightning condemned!
How about here I come! Heal! Start up!
This one's mine!
Malevolent!
Rising Falcon!
Going in! Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
take you!
Here I come!
Malevolent!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Take this!
In here!
Rising Wyvern!
Elusive deity!
Start up!
Pile driver! This one's
This
mine!
one's all mine! Eat dirt!
Crescent Moon!
Shockwave Blast!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummeling to me!
Rising Wyvern!
Take I can carve through armor! Take this!
Start up!
Is the attack time?
Resonate with the earth.
Magic attack!
Rising Wyvern!
Sleep now!
Here I
Ready to
go!
go!
It's over!
Now!
Eternal devastation!
Look sharp!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Whoa! Get a look at this view!
Don't get so drawn into it you fall over now.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
On your take this! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Crush!
Finger blade!
Eternal
I'll be
devastation!
saving this way!
I'm not done! You're finished!
Round and pound!
It's done! You picked the wrong fight! Shockwave blast!
Heal! Make it rain! Anything in armor! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Everlasting dark!
Start up!
Negative armor won't save you!
Rising Falcon!
Frozen Toe!
I'm not done!
Make it rain!
Frozen
Hammer!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine.
Denied! Shockwave flash!
Chinese
Resonate
Supernova!
with the earth!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic
Take this!
Waterfall!
You're
Not in your
finished!
dreams!
Start up!
Look sharp!
Purge
This one
Malevolence!
keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Sweet Mom!
Get behind me.
I've got it! I'll leave it to you! Eat dirt!
On guard.
Start up!
Here. Look sharp.
Thunderfield!
Rising Wiffed!
Tiger blade. Make it rain.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! Take this! Rising!
Take this! Armor won't save you!
Sweet Mom!
Start up! Rising Falcon!
Far enough!
Take this!
Lightning condemned!
It's on!
I'm ready! One! Hey! Blow them away!
My turn! You picked the wrong fight! Shockwave flash!
I'm ready. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor. You guys want to rest here? There it is. That's our target.
Coming through! Rising No further!
Igneous discharge!
Rising Wiffed!
Begin!
I'll be saving this one!
Start up!
Igneous discharge!
Radiant
Shockwave
Storm!
flash!
More where that came from!
Stop! Here I
Thunderblade!
Rising Wyvern!
Piercing roar!
You'll resonate with the earth! Rising
Confiscated!
Now you see what I can do!
Eternal devastation!
Thunderfield!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Now! Take it!
Malevolence!
Rising Falcon!
Arctic
It's
Waterfall!
on! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
Freeze Lancer!
I can feel my power growing!
Let's see what you've got.
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine!
Ghost Raging Cascade!
Charge like that usually be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Can't get out of this!
Time to let it rip! Rising Wyvern!
Chargers to me!
Rising Falcon!
Look sharp!
Shockwave
Deity!
flash!
Take this!
Eternal
Tiger
devastation!
blade!
Tornado Blast! Here I come! Rising Falcon! Shockwave flash!
Piercing roar!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll be saving this one!
Take this!
It's showtime!
Eternal devastation!
I'll smash you!
It's on! Catapult! Eat dirt!
Their arcs were interrupted! Lion Howl!
Eternal
Piercing
devastation!
roar!
Hey! Blow them away!
Now!
Time to shine!
escape! Rising falcon!
Make it ready! Frozen!
Hammer!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
What's this thing?
Go no further!
Rising wyvern!
Raging
Rising wyvern!
in here!
Here I come!
Not in your dream!
You're mine! Eater!
Magic is there!
Here I come!
Ready to go!
Strike!
Here!
Rising falcon!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
No chance! Rising falcon!
No further!
Shockwave strike!
I'll smash you! How about this?
Rising falcon!
Elusive deity! Rotating cloud!
Now!
All yours, Kisara.
Onward and upward.
I'll do my best!
Benediction
Rising wyvern!
Heal!
Sleep now!
Rising wyvern!
Negative change!
Rising wyvern!
One more! Tiger blade!
It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Shockwave strike!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Rising wyvern! Rising wyvern! Rising falcon!
Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Not a chance! Stardust!
Take this! This one's mine!
Thunderfield! Raging!
I'm ready!
Eternal
Denied!
devastation!
I'll smash you!
Malevolent!
Elusive deity!
Rising falcon!
Rotating pile driver!
Eternal devastation!
Here
It's
goes!
on! Eat dirt!
Lightning! Now!
Law! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your run!
Now! Rising falcon!
I don't have much left!
Rising...
I'll be saving...
I feel sprightlier than before.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim. I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means. Sleeping on the ground beneath the heavens like this? Why, it's hard to...
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did, just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Hoodle, let me know if you sense anything. Another day, another Gald.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city.
Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renan trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?